And the Police Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit is warning of an emerging crime wave known as sextortion. It says there's an increase in incidents of young men using obscene pictures, especially of women, to blackmail them for monetary gain. Officials advise girls and young women to be extra vigilant in order not to fall victim. My colleague Ohementeria of our security desk has more in the following report.
Unsuspecting persons who naively send their nude images to their male partners via social media platforms are highly vulnerable. They are threatened to yield to financial demands of their attackers or risk having the nude materials circulated in public. Amma, not her real name, is a victim. She has paid unspecified amount of money to her attacker.
He asked for an outrageous amount, I think for 3,000 or 4,000. I was just there. He kept giving me pressure. It's like he uses a different number to do that. The fear is still there. So I know there are lots of girls out there who haven't even come out to even speak on it yet, just because they are scared.
DOFSU has been investigating 5 of such cases between the last quarter of 2019 and June 2020. Command officials say it is the first time in several years such cases have come up at the unit. Unit Commander Superintendent Derry says many victims are reluctant to report such cases to police.
Something which is now a trend among the youth, and the girls are the sufferers. We call that sextortion. Sextortion. Because of social media, Facebook, whatever, then somebody is a boyfriend on Facebook and the person will manage and lure the girl. Take a naked picture of yourself and send it to me so that I will see. Now, this girl naively sends this picture to the guy. After the guy has gotten the picture, then starts blackmailing. If you don't bring me this amount, I will put it out there. So this girl will go get some money and give. And the next minute, this person will continue to torment this girl until, if you're not even careful, she will even take some medicine and die.
With the support of some mobile network providers, police are able to bring the perpetrators to book. Superintendent Derry revealed the victims are mainly literates from basic to tertiary levels of education.
When it's like that, we pick up the case. We have linked up with some network providers, and so we pick it up from there. And I tell you, they are helping us, and we are able to always locate where those people are hiding with the phones they are using. And we are making a headway. We have prosecuted a number of them. So another campaign message, these girls, please, why should you take a naked picture of yourself and send to somebody?
DOFSU over the period also recorded 32 defilement cases, 5 abortions, 335 domestic abuse and 6 indecent assault cases. Superintendent Derry tells Joy News on the sidelines of an event to commemorate World Population Day, victims must collaborate with police for justice and relief.
When you are facing such a problem, when you report to our outfit, that is DOFSU, we will let you, and also with some other people we work with, try to locate whoever is doing that to you through the same medium, and in collaboration we'll be able to detect where the person is and possibly pick up the person. But with this, we need cooperation from the victim. You shouldn't hide any information you get from the suspect. Such cases are going on. And
Idam Amenya is Executive Director of Child Online Africa. She joins me via Zoom for a conversation on this development. Many thanks for joining us. But how often do you hear of or deal with such cases in your line of work? Hello, Awo. Hello, Awo. If you can hear me, you're on Joy News Prime, and I'm asking, how often do you hear of this, or how often do you deal with such cases in your line of work? Okay, we'll try and get our back on the line to speak to the issue. But leprosy is a contagious disease. All right, so let's go back to our earlier story of the sextortion, a new wave of crime, people using to dupe girls and women. Awo Aidam joins us back via Zoom. She's Executive Director of Child Online Africa. Awo, if you can hear me, I'm asking, how often do you deal with such cases in your line of work?
Good evening to your viewers, and thank you for the opportunity. In fact, it's a normal trend in the digital space. So it doesn't become a full-blown sextortion from day one or week one. It starts by a process we call grooming. By grooming, the perpetrator or the adult who is pretending to be the nice guy tries to win the trust of a young person or even an adult. So in this case, it's not only young girls who are groomed, even a mother could be groomed, because the perpetrator will take advantage of either your economic vulnerability or your emotional vulnerability. So it's a normal practice that takes place in the space. Unfortunately for us, most people don't report it, for fear of being victimized or for fear of being deprived of their devices and other things. So it has become something that is ongoing. And sometimes too, probably the way we handle the cases. For instance, if it happens to somebody who is a choir member, a church choir member, things like that are taken to the church forum, and either they are made to sit back and not participate any longer. So obviously when it happens to you, you don't want to go to the police CID to report or do anything. But there have been, I would say, trainings around that. And there are so many red flags to look out for when it comes to an issue.
Yes, so what are the signs we should be looking out for so young men and women do not become victims of such criminals?
Okay, thank you. When you establish contact with somebody online and the person says to you, DM me or private message me, you should be looking out for danger, because this is somebody you don't know. And social media platforms are meant for friends. So if you are connecting with an unknown person, there's a high possibility of you putting yourself at risk, because once they establish contact with you, they profile you, they get to know your likes and dislikes. So based on that, they come back to you to know what to do. Sometimes they ask you, are you alone? When you come across something like that, you should be you should have your guy or send me a photo. It's a common practice. And you know, the reason why I even said it begins from grooming is the fact that through the grooming, you might have shared photos, you might have shared confidentiality and all of that. Now the person wants to extort money from you. The only way the person can extort the money from you is to issue threats. That, okay, if you don't give me the money, I'm going to put this photo out there, or I'm going to flash this video online, or I'm going to report you to your mother. So young ladies or young girls who come across such situations should be bold enough to confide in their parents or confide in an adult or even the police.
Or better still, report to the police.
Yes. There are instances where someone comes from nowhere and asks, oh, what is bothering you? These days, they even do it on WhatsApp. So you get a WhatsApp message, oh, what's bothering you? Probably the person might have read your status or seen your photo or something. And so something like that should send signals to you, or text me, send me your number. And the almighty word which every young lady falls for, or even adult, I love you.
So, I mean, we should be on guard for all of these. I'm grateful for your time. Awo Aidan is the Executive Director of